Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Hades, the final episode of Hades, for this series at least. Obviously we are coming back. The game is too damn good to not play it ever again. So, somebody suggested in the comments of the previous episode that we attempt the Poseidon run again. Last time we played with the Poseidon aspect, it did not go exactly the way I would have liked. We never did get the exit wounds buff from Artemis, despite taking many Artemis boons. So I think it would be cool if the final run was that again, but this time it worked. And also it feels appropriate that the last run is a sword run, our trusty sword, which I did not have a lot of respect for at the beginning of the series, and which I like a whole lot better now. So I went and I played forward a little bit just to get another key so that we could get 2 levels on our Poseidon aspect, because I'm still a little bit nervous with the sword, and I wanted the last episode to maybe not be an anticlimactic failure, if at all possible. Got myself a little practice. And with 30% bonus cast damage, I think we are ready to move forward here. So obviously, we're going to start with the Artemis arrowhead. We are trying to force exit wounds. The game does not give you a lot of options for influencing what you get off the loot tables. All we can really do is just roll as many times as possible. We're going to use the same 5 heat that we used on the last run, because I thought that was pretty fun.
Won't get bounties any faster with this extra heat.
And let's get in here. Let's visit Erebus. Let's smash some stuff up. Let's get some cool boons. And hopefully let's not get spanked by our dad in front of everybody.
You busy, Zacchaeus? Thought maybe I could interest you in some of these old hunting tricks of mine.
Alright, show me something cool. You know what? Actually, crit on special is probably very good for us. The special does pretty good base damage, so when it crits, it will hit really hard. I've been thinking a little bit about which boons we're looking for aside from exit wounds. And like obviously, Artemis has a lot of great boons available. So we're probably gonna get a lot of good stuff from her, even if we don't actually end up getting exit wounds. Just like a half dozen Artemis boons will always be a really good time. In terms of upgrades to our actual cast, we obviously want a cast boon that's going to give us, that's going to make the Bloodstones still get stuck in enemies, so we don't want to take Dionysus or Ares, right? But also, we want something more from it. We want there to be a good reason for us to be using the cast over just dashing at enemies and hitting them with the sword. So I'm not really sure exactly what we're looking for there yet. That's probably going to be what we take from the keepsake cabinet between here and Asphodel. And I guess we'll make that decision when we get to it.
That's a relief.
Ooh, Chaos Gate versus Red Keys. Hell yeah, take me to Chaos Land.
All right.
Let's go on down to Chaos Town. Alright, show me something compelling.
Of the infinitely spanning possibilities before us, son of Hades, I have arbitrarily selected only 3 again from which to let you choose.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the system at this point. Interesting. +1 cast. Do we care about that? It's really hard to turn down early Abyssal Affluence. Like, really hard. I don't think I can. Yeah, one extra ammo is just not good enough, especially since like our whole gimmick is about getting my ammo back. I guess if you were doing a cast build that was less certain it would be able to retrieve the ammo, like a Hera bow run, or just something where you have good cast stuff to start with and you think you'll be able to get more. We gotta be really careful about traps for a little while here. And I'm not sure what, like, are these mines considered to be trap damage? Probably not, because I don't think the mines can hurt the other enemies. Like, traps are team agnostic. Well, we used Chaos to skip one worthless reward, only to get another worthless reward.
Let's see what's in here.
Definitely not taking any of that noise, and certainly not going for darkness. Not when we could have free money instead.
Hey.
It's a shame we ran into him before our boon transformed.
Good to see you in one piece, Prince said.
Alright. Let's get some Obol.
Cheers, mate.
And an Ares boon. Do we want a boon from Ares? What, like... what does he have that we would care about? I guess this is not really worth thinking about. We're going to do the thing. We're going to fight the fight. So I guess let's do that, and then we'll figure it out later. I did, in fact, take trap damage in a really stupid way there, so that's disappointing. But believe me, no one's more upset about it than I am. Okay, doing an awful lot of standing just barely off the edge of traps here. So not exactly the optimal strategy, I think. Alright, we got him. No! He is not permanently staggered. Stop jumping around, you asshole.
That's what you get.
Beautiful, isn't it? The strife which follows you. You have a real knack for this, and I, for one, am happy to assist.
You know, his call is okay. I don't think it's great. You know what we never do? We never take Blade Dash. Blade Dash is probably actually pretty alright. I guess most of the time I'm dashing onto enemies, not off of them. But also, I'm just dashing. Like, just constantly dashing. We're gonna take Blade Dash.
It's me or them.
I'm not actually 100% sure we've ever taken it. I don't know how the damage of that compares to the other ones we have access to, but I think that's maybe the right call. That's at least potentially the right call.
Charon's breathing up ahead.
Mate, I can hear you breathing all the way down the hall. Do you need your inhaler? I'll go get your inhaler. Yeah, I guess we'll spend on our Hermes buff. I'm not wild about it. Quick recovery is okay. Again, I'm like very dashy, so...
That's Godspeed, all right. Wretches.
I don't really know how many Ares boons we need, how many we'll benefit from. Yeah, you know what? With the way I play, this is actually totally reasonable. I do a lot of dashing right on top of enemies. I do wish that the thing was a little bit larger, though. Can't dash over that thing. Yeah, actually, we're getting a lot of blade dash kills. Never mind. This is totally good. Oh god, projectiles. Projectiles on enemies who can't be staggered. What a bad combination. Okay, there we go. Now things are a little more under control. I'm hoping that trove is money and not like gemstones.
Hello, Lord Ares. In exchange.
Your special inflicts a really huge amount of doom. We definitely don't want to take Slicing Shot, so I guess Curse of Agony is fine? I mean, we tend to attack combo, but I guess we don't have to. And if we were to get, like, World Breaker or something, this would be... Yeah, I'll take it.
The War God's power.
This isn't exactly where I was expecting this to go. Okay, and our Chaos Boon just transformed, so this is a lovely amount of money.
You thief. Let's make this quick.
Let's get paid. Yeah, I don't know. This Doom on attack thing is probably fine. Ow, stop hitting me, stop dealing damage to me. Okay. How could you? It's very inconsiderate.
Why do I bother?
Well, that's better.
Alright. 185, that with our buff turns out to actually be 296 money, and then a dead reward, unfortunately. Well, we've been spending some keys, let's, I guess, replenish our stock. Feels like we're pretty set for a while, financially speaking. I don't know why I cast there. Something in my brain was like, oh, we better prepare our area damage here for these guys who are spawning in. I think it's probably just like I'm so used to Blade Rift being a cast thing because we never take the Blade Rift on dash. Well, I sure do love to dash. Never is it clearer than when me dashing leaves a big red circle on the ground for everybody to see. Can't remember. Do Artemis and Ares have a duo?
Can wash away my boons.
Probably don't want to do that. Yeah, these are all good. It's worth looking. Have we seen a duo boon from these two? I'm not sure.
What is it now?
You really think you can get out of here?
Breaking stuff to feel tough. Yeah, look at me. I don't feel in control of my life, so I break things to prove that I exist. This is so far not a terribly difficult room. I'm just gonna keep doing this thing. How did one of them take damage? I guess maybe one of the walking enemies triggered a spike trap that crystal was floating over. Or maybe he took a single point of damage from his, Oh, I see. They're breaking stuff on top of each other. He took a single point of damage from how taken aback he was by my pot breaking. It's actually pretty funny.
I trust they inconvenienced you at least.
I mean, sort of.
My blade
I
grows
guess.
stronger.
Okay, definitely feels like we should take the wider area for our special, right? I do like Cruel Thrust as well. And actually, Double Edge is also pretty good. But we're going to take Supernova.
Feels lighter than before.
At some point, I'm going to start, like, you know, using my cast on enemies, and when I do that, I'm going to want to be able to get the ammo back. We just got to get something on the cast so that it makes more sense to do that than it makes to just run at them and mash mouse 1. Oh god, I kind of got myself into a bad position there with all of the fat guys. I'm having a little bit of trouble. I'm losing what's going on a little bit with all of the red circles on the ground. It's just like a lot to look at. I can't remember which red circles are bad things and which ones I don't have to be afraid of. Okay, a shop. That's pretty welcome. Ooh, I will definitely take some light of Ixion here. Also, the bass line playing in that room is awesome.
Hi, Carol.
Good stuff? Wow. No, not really. I mean, these are fine. I'm not turning up my nose at a heart or anything. It's just... We're probably going to get more damage out of this than we are out of this, but upgrading the Blade Dash does seem like a thing we will want to do over time.
Yes.
And then, do I want to buy the food? We're going to the boss fight next? You know what? We should buy the food. I do not have the control over this boss fight yet.
Hi, you three.
You beat Electo, Zag. Could hear her screaming her head off about it all the way through Tartarus. I almost want to thank you.
Yes, I too thought it was very funny.
I almost want to say you're very welcome. Have you and she always been on bad terms like this?
We have long-standing differences. It's worse with family. You know what it's like.
Yeah, fair enough. Take this. Should probably like zoom all the way through her and then do the special. She changed up her rhythm there. She did the whole animation that precedes her doing her AoE attack, and then just didn't do it and repeated the animation again. The moment I thought it was safe to run in and get her, it became not that thing. Ow. Just walking over traps for no reason. Well, I do like Doom on the attack as a way of picking at bosses over time. This is actually working out really well. It's not really compatible with our gimmick, but, you know, not everything has to be. If we learned anything from yesterday's run, it's that, you know, just a bunch of powerful pieces can make a decent whole. And I appreciate that the Doom does enough damage by itself to kill the casters. Oh god. Oh, it's hard to see. So we can just hit them once, the attack can remove the damage control effect, and then they can just blow up without my further intervention.
How could I?
Yeah, that went pretty smoothly.
Where'd the others go? On my authority.
Okay, did we miss any pots? I don't know. It's not the build I thought it was going to be, but it's fine so far. I still think we're going to try to force the Poseidon boon for our cast.
Tartarus has proved unable to contain you.
Let's keep going.
Right, I don't think anything else makes as much sense as this. There are a couple of different casts that we could have taken that would have been like, okay. Ooh. Oh yeah, more Light of Ixion. I'm hoping that means that there will be 2 Chaos Gates in 2 different rooms up ahead, not two Chaos Gates in the same room. I guess, have we ever had 2 Light of Ixions before? I don't know that I know for sure that it won't work that way. This would have been a really good opportunity to take the boon, or the keepsake that gives extra rarity on your Chaos boons. I suppose I should have thought of that. It was like maybe a uniquely good opportunity to take that.
Interesting. In the name of Hades.
Ooh. So we could take more money. Obviously, less good the later you get it. It would be 4 encounters from now that we would actually have access to that. Or we could go for better boons. Dash attack deals plus 65% damage. I am dash attacking a lot, like almost exclusively. So I actually kind of like this. You take plus 26% damage. We're just going to not do that. I'm just not going to get hit. It turns out 0 plus 26% of 0 is still 0. That's my big brilliant plan.
I think you can stop me.
Look how well it's working already.
Got him.
Yeah, man, the Doom buff. It's not really like playing well with the strategy, but it is just so much damage. Stupid, what do you call it? Wave skeletons. Stupid armored enemies. Not being overwhelmed by the fact that I touched them one time. Okay, you're dead. Well, that wasn't too bad.
My coffers are not yours for pillaging.
I don't know where you're getting all that. It would seem that they are. Like, objectively, you can't really argue with the fact that I'm over here pillaging them. Oh god, an armored wave skeleton that came out of nowhere. I assume he like just jumped away at the very beginning of the fight. That's very much the sort of thing they would do.
Lived through all that.
Why fight when I could instead be history's greatest coward? The coward of the year. Alright, well, we're probably taking the Chaos Gate. Yeah, I don't feel too bad about skipping out on these rewards.
Hit me.
Alright, let's get a second Chaos thing going. Maybe a bad idea. Who knows?
The heart of the underworld.
I mean, we only have 2 penalties going, or 2 encounters left with our current penalty. Ooh, cast deals plus 50% damage. Or attack deals plus 57%. I mean, those are both good. Actually, Pauper's Soul is also good. I kind of like big cast damage bonus. I think I'm going to take that. Plus 59% more foes. That is a lot more foes. Hopefully these next 2 encounters will be pretty simple. Oh, and then it drops me right on Eurydice. That's cool. You know what? Here, have this.
Aw, for me? Really, Your Majesty? This'll be perfect for my latest recipes.
You know, of all the souls I've ever met, I feel like you put this stuff to the best possible use.
Which is to say, feeding it back to me.
Eurydice, can I ask you for a favor here? Not that you owe me anything, but would you hear me out?
Yeah, sure, hun. What is it? Though you'd better not be asking for my recipes. Closely guarded family secret. I'd say I'd take them to my grave, but yeah.
It's not your recipes, though they are wonderful. It's your song. I'm sure it'd be a hit around the house, and I know someone who really needs to hear it. Don't suppose you've got a parchment copy I could have?
Your Royal Majesty, you want my song? You are aware it's called Good Riddance, right? But sure, why not? If music's gonna be playing in your house, it might as well be great. And let me give you something to go with it.
Alright, well, we're definitely taking the nectar.
Sounds good. No problem.
Ooh,
That's
good.
interesting. Very curious to see how that's going to resolve. And here comes a very high rarity Poseidon boon. It's going to be amazing. I hope.
Somebody lose a spine out there.
Okay, Barge of Death. Barge of Death is not so bad. We can work on the Barge of Death. I'm a little worried about the number of bombs that tend to get thrown at me on the Barge of Death. Oh god. Yeah, I'm taking bad damage here. Already the bad damage. Oh, you're not dead yet. Could you please not exist? Fortunately, the blue crystal didn't actually bother to shield the the skeletons that we were fighting, because that could have made things real awkward. Make sure we are working those blue crystals first. And also, damn it, I so very much hate that thing that the bombers sometimes do where they do that goofy animation. We talked about it yesterday, the goofy animation where they scatter 3 bombs that are already exploding at their feet. It's like, if they're not the only thing for you to look at, there's very little chance you're going to get out of that without getting hit. Okay, no more. No more. This is enough enemies. Might be actually far too many enemies. It does seem like the blue crystals are just like not bothering to do their thing at all. But don't get me wrong. Really appreciate it. Just weird. We're getting a lot of value out of our Ares dash buff here. Oof. Okay. One more room with both of those chaos things up.
Nephew, how is it you're navigating your cruel father's realm at such a blinding speed? There's only one Olympian who moves that quick. Besides myself. Where is he anyway?
Okay, purple version of the cast. That is what we were looking for.
The power of the sea.
Is this going to turn out to be a good idea?
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I just thought this seemed like the way to go that was going to get the bloodstone stuck in the enemies while still doing good area damage and having an effect that had some utility, because I sure do love knocking enemies into stuff. Like so. For example, lava. God, we are taking so much damage. I'm taking damage from waves that I'm not even seeing being fired at me. Seems like I can't really figure out where they're coming from. Part of the problem is that the wave accelerates as it travels, so when they get really far away from you like that, you don't get a lot of time with the wave on screen before you take damage. Ow. And another part of the problem is that I'm bad. I don't know if that was clear. What's my other ammo? Oh, it's all in these guys up here.
This won't end well for you.
I hope. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Oh, we're gonna lose a death... Yeah, we're gonna lose a death denied charge on just random garbage enemies. There are certain rooms that are really just not designed to have multiple... extra multiple waves of guys. Stupid wave skeletons. I do wish that, like, in general, the rooms in Asphodel are too big.
My boon from Master Chaos has evolved. What's for sale?
Well, I mean, probably some Light of Ixion, and then also definitely some Eye of Lamia. That's a bad sign, though, right? That's a you're probably going to lose the run type sign, if I'm losing death denied charges on random enemies. We should probably go to the shop. I don't know that we terribly need Zeus to get involved here. Then again, if we did get Zeus involved, we could maybe get that Sea Storm duo boon going. That would be pretty cool to have. Additional lightning bolts on all of the enemies that get pushed back by our explosive pushback cast. Kind of like it. I also kind of want to go to the shop, but I think we're going to do this. The shop could have food in it. Right? And that's a thing worth considering. But
So my elusive Artemis has shown you favor, has she? The little scamp. She seldom shows respect to anyone, not even me. But I'll enhance her blessing nonetheless.
oh, interesting. Well, I definitely don't want to take that. That doesn't feel like the right move at all. I'll just take Zeus's Aid. I think Zeus's Aid is a pretty good one. Oh, and then it's the boss fight. I was not anticipating the boss fight immediately after another challenge room. That definitely... Man, I should have gone to the shop. That's alright. The shop never has the things you want in it. I'm sure they would have not sold me food. It would have been like pomegranate, darkness, and a big bucket full of garbage. Trying not to get too fancy with him, because he's not going to get pushed back by the cast anyway, right? Just let the Doom do a lot of the work. Alright, 2 yellow heads is not totally ideal. Right as I ran in, he knew a moment ahead of time what I was going to do there and embarrassed me terribly. It does suck that the get over here, you coward. The head bash does damage over just wide enough an area that if you dash once, you still get hit by it. Jesus, this attack does way too much damage too quickly with very little ability to counteract it if you're close. We're gonna lose it. Yep, we'll lose another death fight here. Okay, this is bad. Well, this is bad. Good news is we're getting pretty close to having a greater call, which I will absolutely use. It had... Why did it say press F to use call above my head when we were 3.9 bars full? I saw that and I thought it was the greater call message that you get, and so I just reflexively hit F. That really sucks. I wasted my resources for nothing. Oh, we're definitely not going to bother with the call just yet. I'm going to use the call to accelerate the final multi-head phase. Come on. Okay, okay. How did that deal...
There it is.
I might argue that he didn't actually touch me there. Come on, let's get the rest of the head spawned in. Okay, that's good enough. I want to try to take maximum advantage of the area effect here. That's not bad. We managed to get 3 heads dead with that. Unfortunately, we're definitely going to die again, I think. Maybe not definitely, but almost definitely. Okay. Pretty good. And we got some value out of the AoE effect from the cast there, at least, even though the knockback doesn't do anything in this fight. Boy. I think it sure looked to me like he started the wind-up for his head attack there and completed it, and like was actually... He did the entire dash during one of my dash animations. So, like, by the time he showed me that he was going to do a thing, I was already keyed in and unable to move until after he hit me with it. That sucks.
Wherever your neck went.
So, 0 death-denied charges left going into Elysium. And this was how I thought we were going to avoid an anticlimactic death.
We'll see.
Okay, what do we want to take now? This might be it might be a time for something unusual. Because we need to survive, right? It's possible the coin purse is the right way to go, but maybe we take like the feather duster? How much health do I have? Max HP of 175. This could help me to keep my health up. I mean, if we were going to force a boon, we would want to force Zeus. If we were trying to make Sea Storm happen. Which I'm not confident we can actually do. Most of my the combat things I might use don't need to be leveled up anymore. Yeah, I guess we force Zeus, but to be perfectly honest with you, I think we might just be doomed here. I should also actually like look at the well. We have so much money. and then not take any of it. Well, okay then.
Get me out of here.
I'm just gonna have to play like a huge amount better than I have been playing. Like so much better.
Going in.
Alright, both of our existing chaos boons are expended, so we can afford to take a new one on.
Darkness.
And we desperately need improvements, right? Wow, these are some big numbers. The next 4 encounters, each time you cast, lose 3 health, but afterwards your cast is like ridiculously huge. I kind of like that. We just don't cast for a little while. And then it's another cast buff on top of our existing cast buff. We will just not run into any chariots. That's my big battle plan right now. I do hate splitters. Fortunately, with the sword, probably more than any other weapon, it's easy to destroy all of their projectiles. Because if you hit the big projectile with a normal horizontal sweep, like the first swing of the combo, it seems to immediately kill all of the other projectiles spawning afterward as well. Boy, does it seem like the visual effect of the red flash when I'm taking damage is larger than usual to anybody else? I thought at first like something really bad had happened. That's super useful for dealing with the chariots. Alright, so I see a heart. Just making sure we had nothing else cool. Heart versus gold is a total no-brainer, and also heart honestly is one of the rewards we want most right now. Really not happy with where my health is at. I pushed him back just far enough to not get hit by the trap. That's a shame. Hey guy, maybe you want to step forward a little bit. I appreciate him being out here alone. Really, that really helped. It cannot be pushed back. Cannot be forced to move. Can't be staggered even once their armor is broken. Okay, I think one more good doom on that guy. Okay. You know, when you only have to fight 1 or 2 of them at a time, it feels like a thing where you can actually, like, employ tactics and stuff. When you're fighting, like, 10 of these dudes at once, and there's shields and spears and arrows, it really is just, like, press all of your buttons and hope. Yeah, like this. Much like this. This is a great example. Ow. Stupid super long spear. Seems like I can sometimes apply the doom through his block, but not always. Trying really hard there to push him into the explosion, but instead it took him all the way through. Okay, that was not that bad, really.
Strength of the centaurs.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't that bad. That's an awful lot of money. I cannot skip that trove, right? I mean, it's going to be a tough one. I think we'd be fools not to take this, and honestly, that goes for that as well. And then we do the trove, and we end up like way above what we need to shop again. We take the Zeus buff. Like we're on our way. We could do this. Still can't cast.
Champions of Elysium, now prove yourselves.
It just spawns 3 copies of Asterius for me to deal with. Okay. Blue crystal's gone. Nope, never mind. Apparently one of them narrowly survived. I feel like I'm getting, all of my dashes feel a little bit delayed, like I'm pressing the button and I'm pressing space and then getting hit and then performing the dash. And it's probably just I'm timing this very poorly and I'm getting stuck in animations a lot.
There. Satisfied?
Alright, so we ended up about where we were before we bought the food.
I'll just help myself.
That ends up being, like, pretty good. If you just, like, deduct the cost of the food from the amount of gold we made there, it's still very, very positive. And then, Skull Room. Yep, of course it is.
My next opponent has arrived in short order.
Short order? That was another jab about my height, wasn't it?
I do not jab. All of my strength goes into every strike. Observe.
Alright, Drax. Just play Ring Around the Rosie with him and keep applying the doom. Oh, come on. You know, sometimes your melee attack destroys projectiles, most of the time. Just not that time, for some reason. Also, man, it still is very frustrating. No matter how many times I fight this guy, I never feel like I get a better understanding of what it is that causes him to run into stuff or not. Because a lot of the time, you will do exactly what I did there, and he'll just get right up next to the pillar and then turn 90 degrees so he doesn't hit it and go around it very tightly. And I can't tell the difference between times when he's going to do that and times when he hits the pillar and stops chasing. Maybe there's a minimum amount of time? No, I don't think so. Sometimes we are able to stop his charge almost right away. Are you kidding me? He went impervious the second I hit my call. Imperviousness is really annoying. Okay, see, that time it worked. I mean, actually, that works just fine, right? Yep, there we go again. I attacked through the projectile without destroying it. Lose my death denied charge here. Okay, well, we managed to hold on to it.
Got you, Asterius.
Zeus should be able to kill him here, so you don't have to face him in the boss fight at the end of the world.
Olympus, I accept this message.
This seems just terrible. Like, for it to be a 5-second... I guess, I was thinking, for it to be a 5-second damage boost that you only use every once in a great while, it should be way, way more damage. But I guess the idea here is you would take this and then you would use your call every time it comes up instead of waiting for the greater call. Which doesn't seem great to me. Seems like a good way to lose a lot of damage. So you'd have to then make up for the amount of damage you're losing by the... But I don't think this is enough. I just don't think that works. I guess Heaven's Vengeance. It doesn't make a lot of sense to take a buff to your lightning effects when your only lightning effect is your call.
Strongbows.
I don't even know where the one that's aiming at me is. Okay. Fortunately, despite the fact that they are called strongbows, they do not actually have a tremendous amount of HP. Alright, this is the last one of these where I'm not really allowed to use my cast, and then we can start enjoying our Poseidon thing. Chariots. Chariots are a nightmare. I'm so worried about going after him because I know we're just going to take random damage. Okay, that should pop him. I'll just be over here. Coward. Coward who can walk through walls. That's a pretty impressive power. Rather than fighting me, you should just use that to get out of here. Get across. There we go. Oh god, this thing's gotta die. I'm gonna take so much damage from his projectiles. Okay, almost got speared. Alright, I think we've got this thing isolated enough. I should be able to finish it off. This is, like, harrowing, though. I apologize. I know I've gotten a little bit quieter, but it's just like I'm focusing very hard on not losing my last death denied charge here. And here I totally am going to non-greater call, because there have to stop being enemies. Okay, no more waves. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, big cast.
I'm grateful for this.
Big cast that we can now use. 120 damage on the flood shot. Oh man, you're killing me. Look at that. That Trial of the Gods is so incredibly powerful. But we would die, right? There's no way I can do it. The thing is, if we go to the shop, I'm going to maybe be able to get, like, food and a heart at best, in terms of health. I'm wondering how much better it actually is. I mean, we could do that and then end up in an easier room, but, like, think about all of the boon. Think how much boon that is. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. We're going to figure it out. I'm just going to play really well, right? That's a thing I can do sometimes. Jeez. You, I guess?
On my authority.
Okay. Lowest rarity pressure points. Great.
Better hide.
What have I done, good nephew, to deserve such scorn? Your lapse in judgment here is not so easy to forgive, yet easily punished.
Exit wounds just doesn't exist when you have this aspect, does it? It's crazy how many of these things how many times we've looked at her boon list and not gotten it. Okay, there's an eye. Hit it one more time. There we go. That should break it. I will say, at the risk of definitely getting myself struck by lightning, that the Zeus Trial of the Gods punishment does seem to be the least bad one. Wait, how are you still alive? That eyeball survived a doom when it was on very, very low health. Unless that's a different eyeball. Yeah, that might actually have been a different guy. This is an eyeball that was created by the trap. Okay, he died, right? Yes, he died. Are you kidding me? How are there more enemies?
One last shot.
That was such a large number of very difficult enemies. I thought for sure that was the end of it. I mean, not very difficult, but very annoying enemies. Annoying counts for a lot. Okay, so we have very, very few resources going into the Theseus fight, which is sometimes very hard. I mean, when you have a melee weapon, always very hard.
Not spurn me again like that. You hear me, young man? I think you do. So let's put this to bed and move along.
Okay, this is still bad. This is very bad. This, I guess, is the only one of these that doesn't do effectively nothing. And then there's no well or anything here. It seems like there's always wells. There's wells everywhere, constantly, whenever we don't have a lot of money. That could be a health trove, maybe? Actually, no, I don't think the health troves are ever 0 keys.
Look who.
Try my best to actually use our cast and everything. Stupid butterflies. Also try my best not to get butterflied. Nope, stay away. Stay away, butterflies. There's all of my ammo. How is there still an archer alive? This guy was hiding from me, apparently. I will say that the sword, I feel like, makes it a little bit easier to deal with the butterflies. Never mind. Of course, the second I say something, the wide slashing, sweeping attack was destroying the butterflies very effectively until the moment I dared to mention it, at which point it stopped destroying them at all. Oh god, so much damage. And more enemies are still spawning. There we go. That's a good example of what I was talking about with the projectiles getting destroyed. Okay, let's do a little bit of this. Enough with the enemies. Now everybody dies.
Always a pleasure.
I'm relatively certain that that projectile that I had to dodge at the end there, 2 seconds after the room was finished, was not fired while the room was still running. I think that was ex post facto projectiles. I don't think we can do this. I don't think we should do it. I can't afford to take any more damage, and we don't need gold that badly. We get a Death Denied charge from Patroclus, but then we're probably going to get dumped back into the boss fight pretty soon, right? We must be near the end.
I knew of no one, nothing stronger, other than the love we shared. Was I deceived in thinking this of you, of us? Although...
I do feel bad for him.
He's never going to return to me, is he? He's in your father's service now. He's never getting out. Neither are you.
No, that's not acceptable to me. None of it.
How bold. So what do you intend to do? You're leaving anyway.
I'll figure something out. But you do something for me in the meantime. Don't give in to what you're feeling now, alright? Achilles loves you still. Like you don't know.
Does he? I'm past the point of making promises, but I pray the fates help you in your endeavors there.
Is this a situation where we want the Hydrolite instead? Actually, it may be, right? Because I could really use the health boost. The Kiss of Styx is going to end up being 110 health in total. This is probably going to end up being more.
Thank you.
Okay, shop for sure. So we get a big health boost going into the shop, and then another big health boost going out of the shop into the boss fight.
How's business, mate? Should help keep me going.
Lightning Rod, which is not what we need. But I mean... I guess we take it, though? Yeah.
Every strike count.
I'm not happy about it. I was trying to do a different thing, not the same thing again. Yeah, this is still a pretty significant increase in the damage. And then there's no reason to buy the food, because when we open this door, we're going to go back to full already. And then the Hydrolite will heal us some after the boss encounter, provided we survive it.
You monster versus the blessed bonds of brotherhood.
There was a very significant delay there before I was able to move after I spent those dashes. Trying really hard to get my cast ammo out on the ground. Unfortunately, the enemies are doing a really good job of running away from it. Nope, just not gonna hit that pillar. There we go. Alright, well the cast ammo is only hitting Theseus, but honestly, maybe that's okay. Oh wait, maybe that's like really bad? Because I don't really, yeah, this. I didn't really want this thing to happen. Well, let's go fight near the ammo. Nope, that's bad. That's bad. I did bad. I mean, we're doing a lot of damage in total here. It's not great that I killed the wrong guy first, but we're doing way more damage to them than they are to us. We're actually going to kill Theseus, like, pretty soon here. Nope. Theseus, drop that ammo. And just take the win, you're free. Why keep fighting? This is your chance to get the hell out of here.
And a bounty.
That went really well, actually. And then the Hydrolight's gonna take us back to full here. Although, I mean, we were going back to full anyway. The fountain was good enough. I'm not gonna take the... am I? The thing is, the troves are pretty easy to deal with in the little rooms. Yeah, alright, I am going to.
Useful. Let's see here.
Alright, is it the Lucky Tooth here? I think it might be the Lucky Tooth. Just like an extra life is a pretty big deal. And we only need 2 encounters to rank this up, so it's going to be more than 50 health. Yeah, let's take that. Alright, Skelly. You and me and my big dumb sword. Let's see if we can do this.
Yes.
Still not the build I was going for, but it's, you know, it's turned into a run that at least has me on the edge of my seat. Don't see any golden pots. What I do see is frustration, and I will use that frustration to break the non-golden pots. Alright, just pomegranates and hammers. No heart available here. That's pretty unusual. I don't know what to do here. I guess we should buy a couple of the pomegranates. I don't really know that we benefit from a hammer. But let's buy at least one of the double pomegranates. That's a huge amount of doom damage. And then I'm thinking we wanna carry at least 250 gold with us into the thing. So we'll buy this. Yep, even more call damage, even more cast damage, also good. Because if we get the opportunity to, if we see a well with a Kiss of Styx in it, we kind of have to buy it. And let's go here and get more money. Okay. He dealt a small amount of damage to me, and it triggered my Revenge Lightning for a very, very large amount of damage. Man, wall pushback is just very, very good. That's part of the reason... Hold on, what does it do now? Oh, 100. I was expecting it based on the pattern of the other numbers we've seen so far to go 50, 75, 100. But I guess it goes 50, 100, 150. Yeah, wall knockback damage is so significant. I really, really like... I'm not going to bother with that. That's a shame. A shame of a way for our trove tracker to be spent. But, like, I'm already at full health. Why would I open that?
Good night.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, that's part of the reason I wanted to do... No, all of the reason I wanted to do the Poseidon cast for this run is just that, like, wall knockback damage is so good. I just wanted that to be our gimmick. But, yeah, we got to someplace here. That's a lot of damage, actually. Did I manage to miss him? I did. I didn't get any of my ammo back with that cube.
Almost finished with these.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough satyrs forever, thank you. I don't even know what I'm taking damage from anymore. And somehow the satyr is still alive. How could that be the case? Well, that was pretty bad. Just like an incredible orgy of violence in the corner where nothing was taking damage from my attacks, apparently.
Hope this can get me out of here.
Was that a bad enough display that makes me lose? I don't know, maybe. They can't really be losing 120 health in a single room.
Kieran's shot. Thank you, mate.
Even more cast damage? No, it's probably 2 points of crit. That's hard to pass up. Alright, none of this other stuff is actually going to help me survive at all. So I guess we just start taking on directions. We could still get exit wounds. I guess. I don't know. The challenge branches don't actually seem any more difficult to me than the normal branches. There we go. That worked.
Don't do that.
Oh, that was... Every one of these is going to be harrowing now, huh? I could really, really use a Well of Karen. Hooray! Hooray for Blade Dash. Make me invincible. Oh, there's a golden pot there. I missed it until I saw it right as we opened the door. I would love to be able to grab my ammo. The size of the collision on the trap is ridiculous. It's way, way larger than the area where that blade is.
Need to press on.
Yeah, I sure do need to press on.
Here we are.
Okay, well, we were probably dead if this wasn't the case. Yeah, okay.
My senses sharpen.
Exit wounds simply does not exist when you have the Poseidon sword. I mean, I'm sure it does. I'm sure this was bad luck. Like, really, really, really bad luck twice in a row, which is absolutely a thing that can happen. But it's a bummer. It's, you know, it really sucks. Do I think we can take on Hades with this loadout? No. No, I do not. I think we have to keep fighting and we have to get stronger rather than weaker while doing it. How are we going to do that? Luck, mostly? Since play skill doesn't seem to be a choice. Right, I'm just going to put those over there and then I'm going to hide while they strike him with lightning. They're getting it done, slowly. I confess it might be a cheap tactic. However, I think it's probably the only one I can afford. Where's my other... Oh, okay, it's in the other guy. Really? He didn't get hit by that special at all, huh? Have we ever gone this many rooms in Styx without seeing a well?
No.
He doesn't think so. And I'm inclined to agree with him. Oh, you damn coward. You're gonna stand there and shake. Do it next to the ammo. And it's actually doing quite a bit of damage. He's going a long way out of his way to avoid stepping in any of the blade rifts. Alright, we got him. We got him. The first of the 17 that they're gonna make me fight. Really? The damn, the poison vent poisoned me without there being any poison visibly coming out of it. I assume I got hit by the first moment that it can do that to you. But it sucks that is before you could possibly know that it can do that to you. Come on, let me move. Let me move. And we are taking a huge amount of poison damage here. Hey, Sea Storm. So, I want Sea Storm, but I think we don't actually have the choice of taking it.
The sea god's might.
And the food is too important. And honestly, Sea Storm is only okay for us. Like, we only have the one pushback thing, and we don't have a lot of boost to the effectiveness or utility of our lightning. Basically, we have to keep going until we find a Well of Karen, because we have to at least try to buy some food in Death Denied. We came out of that on the whole not actually much poorer than we went in, after all was said and done. But that's only because we got food, we got health from our God buff, our God boon. I mean, one thing I can do here is just wait until the ammo falls out of them and then let them get struck by lightning. And if I go over there, I'm 100% for sure going to get poisoned, because there's not really a safe way to dash over. And not, I mean, now I could dash over, because there's not so much poison all over this stuff. Man. Karen, buddy. I could just use a little bit of help here. You know, I'm not asking the world. Zeus can help me. Artemis can help me. Why can't Karen help me? We're actually going to go through all of Styx without seeing one, I think. Okay, now I got to get over there and... No, never mind. I was going to say I got to get over there and knock the ammo out of him. For some reason, it already dropped. I should not have picked that up. I should have just left that there. It was in a fine location. I do appreciate that all the satyrs that are getting spawned here are non-armored. Also, I really need to just get some bloodstones out on the floor here. Alright. Oh god. Two of them. Where's the... Okay, there's opposite corners, just not anywhere near me. Can I please move? What am I stuck on? I dashed probably a dozen times there in what I feel like was about 100 and maybe about 210 degrees of different directions without being able to move. I assume I got stuck on like the inside of the door frame. That's not really great. Doom effects deal more damage when applied multiple times. I guess, right? We're attacking a lot. Also, it's probably just 10% more damage. That's probably better than Vengeful Mood. And like we're getting slightly weaker here as we go. We're effectively losing health. But we were already too weak to fight. We were already too weak to fight Hades, realistically. Show me 25% dodge. Nope, that's terrible. You know, greatest reflex, honestly, that might be okay. That might be alright. Look at all the blade rifts. Alright, this time, in this one, we're gonna find a Well of Karen, and it's gonna have food and hydrolite and a Kiss of Styx in it. And then also, I don't know. Also, the game's gonna bug out and give me a different reward than the chamber says it's gonna give. Because, like, a pomegranate is functionally nothing, right? A pomegranate's not gonna help us. We could encounter multiple wells, I suppose. That would be cool. Alright, need to not take any more damage. I think that's pretty important. I will say, I appreciate that these rooms are pretty straightforward. Like, we've had a lot of pretty easy small rooms.
Not yet.
And as far as big rooms go, this one's not too bad. So we got the lightning rods down. Now we just gotta keep the fight over in this direction and keep me surrounded by blade fields. how much gold there is. There's so many golden pots. Trying really hard to get the fight back over here in this corner. Okay, that's maybe enough little guys, huh? Jesus, they're still spawning, really. How many do you think we've killed now? 100? 150? Alright, can we be down to just the big guy now? I'd actually like to get that back if I... Okay. That one's there permanently. See, this guy, his attack has a little bit more rear up than the possums usually do. I really can't take any damage here. So we gotta be very cautious about the poison. Okay, a crit for 829, that's pretty good. You know what? I'm just gonna... He's not coming over here.
Lord Zeus. The power of the gods.
Boy, it sure didn't look like that hit me. I mean, this doesn't matter. None of these are valuable.
Thank you for your support.
Okay, he charged, and I guess I got hit by it, but I don't know. It didn't look like he charged in the direction I was in. So we're definitely screwed. We may as well buy the hammer. There's no reason not to buy the hammer. Any world splitter is probably right.
Stygius grows stronger.
Potentially get some big world splitter crits. But yeah, we have 194 health. Is that right? With which to kill Zeus? I just don't see it happening.
Bye for now, boy. Heading out.
Sorry, we have a little bit more health. I get one more tick of door opening regeneration. There's a whole Styx that had not a single well of Karen in it.
I don't think I'll ever get accustomed to the breeze.
The heavens and the seas belong to my brothers. But know that you are still in my domain.
Okay.
Now.
I do love having this many dashes. I don't know if I've how clear I've been about that, but I do so love to have a million dashes. This is much more a fight of trading haymakers. I am not so much about dash in big combo nonsense this time. We are a small number of big hits. Oh, that's bad. That did 40 damage. This is only 2 of my casts. I don't actually know where the other bloodstone is. Oh no, it is all 3 of them. Okay, that was not terrible. Okay, not 100% sure what I took damage from there. Man. This is bad. This is real bad. He's just gonna go impervious a small amount into this, I'm sure. No, he's actually taking the whole thing. Alright, not the whole thing, but most of it. Oh, Jesus. Well...
Show yourself, father.
Okay. Had to get rid of those. That was really important. Okay. Back down to just Hades. Alright, so he's just gonna spawn 500 skulls. That's fine. We can stay away from a lot of that. Hoping to start phase 2 with the Greater Call, if you're wondering why I'm holding on to it. Okay, that should do it. That should do it. I can't pop them on him like that.
No, wait.
Jesus Christ!
No. Unexpected, boy.
No animation, man. He went straight out of casting the circle into attacking. Well, that was bad. That was just an extremely bad run. I mean, like, I feel like I made the right strategic decisions in Styx, but like just there being no health at all. I played poorly enough up to that and through that there being no health in Styx at all totally killed me.
There's something I've been wondering about your codex. The words are yours, and yet it's through my actions that I'm able to absorb them. Is that how mortal scriptures always work?
Actually, kind of, yes.
You have to understand, lad. I've been here in your father's realm for quite some time. My documented learnings became bound to me, much like the spear, you see. You can undo those bindings over time. Thus, my knowledge can be yours, whatever it amounts to.
I see. I think. I'm grateful for it, sir.
Yeah, man, what a frustrating way to go out.
I got you something, Orpheus. It's a new song, from someone who still cares for you.
My friend, you wrote a song for me. Oh, but this is not from you, it's from Eurydice. I don't know what to say.
Take all the time you need, mate.
Also take this, why not?
You're always much too kind, you know, my friend. Now, typically, I would express my gratitude through song. Except, you understand, don't you?
I understand completely, Orpheus. I think we'll both get through this rough patch in due time. What can we do for this stodgy house?
Well, we could certainly buy more sheet music. I guess I should go and see if I can trade these diamonds for darkness first.
Give me the best deal you've got.
Okay. We might buy that ambrosia, we might not. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know that the ambrosia has any value to us at all. But we can totally buy this kitchenette for the lounge.
Let's go with this. Who am I to stop the shades there in the lounge from cooking up whatever it is they're making? Much better.
Ooh. I wonder what kind of meat that is.
Here's the fee. Can hardly wait to listen to this one. What am I, composed entirely of gemstones?
Alright, Zagreus, you don't need to... He probably shouldn't react to the menu every single time you come back to it.
This.
And after that, Dusa, you are to clean the rafters once again and prune the gardens thoroughly. By then it should be time to tend the kitchens and sweep the lounging area a second time.
Yes, right away.
Poor Dusa.
I do feel bad for her. Maybe I should be giving her all of the ambrosia.
So, Zagreus, how's it going with that pact of punishment you signed? You've made some meaningful improvements to the underworld.
I'll fight my way out of this place or earn it. The pact is nothing to me other than a way to keep things lively.
You are delusional. I'll never understand you or your father. Anyway, if you're looking for more punishment, you know where to find me.
I do indeed.
It sort of looks like we can interact with that meat. It's got that sparkle on it.
What news, Spirit?
Am I able to get back there? Oh, I totally am.
King's chef.
Lord Hades' wine cellar. Few are those to have a taste of that intoxicating vintage, and fewer still know how to get inside.
Now, if only I knew how to open one of these damned casks, things might get a little brighter around here.
Having invested heavily into the cooking area within the House of Hades, the empty-stomached Zagreus can nonetheless find nothing fit to eat.
It's alright, wasn't hungry anyway.
I mean, that's a... I know it's a cartoon piece of meat, but it's still meat. Also, there's all these pomegranates and stuff, and... I don't know, cabbage, maybe? Am I standing next to cabbage? Whatever, Zagreus is a glutton for punishment. He's not eating anything because he wants to be upset about not having anything to eat. Alright, well, I mean, this is what we would do with our darkness. Still not maxed out. I wonder if it goes, like, all the way to 75? Well, it probably doesn't need to, right? Because there's some base chance to get epics and some base chance to get rares. I bet this goes up until the point where there's no longer a chance to have commons.
Excellent.
Which does seem awfully good. Alright, I guess let's finally here check in with Skelly.
Any luck last time? What's the matter? You gone soft or something, pal?
Thanks, man. Okay, well, I suppose there's something appropriate here about me being taught humility at something. Anyway, that's going to have to be it for us for today. What a bad way for the series to end. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope that this has got you all looking forward to the proper release of Hades. I don't even know when it's going to be, but I am awaiting eagerly, and when it happens, we shall return. And until then, we'll see you next time.